Have you ever found yourself drained, anxious, or doubting yourself after spending time with someone close? Maybe you've ignored the feeling, telling yourself you're overreacting, that it's just a bad vibe. But what if that discomfort is your intuition warning you about a deeper, darker influence in your life? In a world where we strive for inner peace and resilience, it's essential to recognize the people who disrupt that balance. The Stoics taught us that we cannot control others, only how we respond to them. But first, we must have the wisdom to see others as they truly are. Recognizing toxic or even evil traits in others is not about passing judgment. It's about preserving our own well-being and remaining anchored in our values. Today, I'm going to share 9 clear signs that someone's intentions may not be as innocent as they seem. These aren't merely personality quirks. They're behaviors that can poison your spirit, distort your reality, and steal your peace. And through understanding these signs, you empower yourself to cultivate resilience, emotional distance, and the clarity to let go of those who do not belong on your path. Let's dive into these signs, not to harbor resentment, but to strengthen our boundaries, embrace our power, and walk forward with the wisdom to protect our souls from those who would seek to harm it. The first clear sign of a harmful person is when they seem to find pleasure in others' pain. This is more than just a lack of empathy. It's a subtle but toxic enjoyment of others' failures, setbacks, and struggles. At first, it might seem like a joke or a casual remark, but pay attention, because a person who thrives on others' misfortune often has a deeper agenda. Why does this matter? In personal development, the people around you are crucial to your growth. True success, the kind that brings fulfillment, requires a supportive environment where people genuinely want to see you thrive. But someone who finds joy in your challenges or failures isn't rooting for your growth. They're waiting for you to stumble. They may mask their delight as teasing or a harmless laugh, but over time, this negative energy seeps into your mindset, making you second-guess your abilities, your goals, and even your worth. In the pursuit of success, you need people who lift you up, who celebrate your wins and support you in your struggles. Imagine being surrounded by people who cheer you on when you take a step forward and help you up when you fall. That's the kind of environment that fuels growth. Now contrast that with someone who feels a spark of satisfaction when you're down. This person doesn't just drain your energy, they create a silent barrier to your personal development. People like this may start by subtly downplaying your achievements or joking about your goals. They might act like your failures are just reality checking in, or say they're only giving honest advice. But the reality is, anyone who takes pleasure in others' pain, especially someone close to you, is likely projecting their own insecurities or frustrations. They're trying to keep you from breaking free and reaching your potential because deep down, your growth threatens their comfort. In Stoic philosophy, we're reminded that our surroundings affect our inner peace. Recognizing this behavior is a reminder to set boundaries. Protect yourself from the influence of those who don't truly want your success, because every person you allow in your life should contribute positively to your journey. So, ask yourself, are the people around you genuinely supportive of your path to success, or are they silently waiting for you to fall? Surround yourself with those who uplift and inspire, because your personal development depends on it. The second sign of a potentially harmful person is their need to control your life. This need for control often starts subtly, with small suggestions or unsolicited advice that over time evolve into attempts to steer your choices, actions, and even your values. It may look like concern or a desire to help, but underneath it's about dictating your decisions and limiting your independence. In personal development, one of the most important principles is self-ownership, the idea that your life, your choices, and your goals are yours to shape. Success comes from following your own vision, making mistakes, learning, and ultimately building a path that aligns with who you truly are. But when someone feels compelled to control your choices, it's a red flag. They aren't just overstepping, they're actively pulling you away from your authentic path. Here's where it becomes dangerous. Controlling people don't want you to grow beyond their influence. They may say things like, "I know what's best for you," or "If I were you, I'd do this." Over time, They may undermine your confidence, so you start second-guessing your instincts and deferring to their judgment. Little by little, they chip away at your ability to make independent choices, creating a dependency that serves their interests, not yours. This kind of influence can be incredibly limiting, especially if you're working toward big dreams. Success requires courage and autonomy, but when someone else is pulling the strings, you risk becoming a passenger in your own life, following someone else's script instead of your own. In Stoic terms, you lose your agency, the very foundation of inner peace and strength. If you recognize this behavior in someone close to you, it's time to set boundaries. Reclaiming control of your life means establishing limits on how much influence others have over your decisions. Remember, personal development is about growing into the best version of yourself, not a version someone else envisions for you. Real supporters don't try to control you. They respect your choices and cheer you on as you carve your own path. Ask yourself, are the people in your life genuinely supportive of your independence and growth, or do they seem invested in controlling your every move? True success comes when you make choices for yourself. Protect your autonomy, because that's the only way you'll reach your full potential. The third sign of a potentially harmful person is that strange, unsettling feeling you get when you're around them. You might not be able to pinpoint why, but something about their presence makes you feel uneasy, drained, or even on edge. This isn't just a vibe or intuition. It's often your subconscious picking up on red flags that your conscious mind hasn't fully recognized yet. In personal development, trusting yourself and your instincts is crucial. That gut feeling is often a message from your intuition, alerting you to behavior that doesn't align with your values or sense of well-being. Many successful people credit their achievements to listening to their instincts. They learn to trust that inner sense, knowing it's a guide that can protect them from toxic influences. When you feel uneasy around someone, it's often because there's an inconsistency between their words and their actions, or between how they present themselves and who they truly are. Maybe they're overly nice, but only when it serves them, or they make small, cutting remarks that leave you feeling diminished. This creates an internal dissonance, a clash between what's on the surface and what's underneath, and it leaves you feeling unsettled. Ignoring this feeling and brushing it off as just a vibe can be costly. In the journey toward success, your mental energy and focus are vital. Negative influences like this don't just disturb your peace. They drain your motivation, cloud your judgment, and create unnecessary stress. Over time, the presence of someone like this can undermine your confidence, making it harder to pursue your goals with clarity and drive. A Stoic approach encourages us to pay attention to our own responses rather than fixating on others' behavior. If someone's presence consistently leaves you feeling anxious or off balance, it's essential to acknowledge that and assess whether this person belongs in your life. Taking charge of your environment is a key step in personal growth, because it enables you to focus on the things and people that genuinely support your journey. So, trust yourself. If someone's presence gives you a sense of unease that you can't shake, don't ignore it. Listen to that instinct and ask yourself, is this person contributing to my growth and success? Or are they slowly chipping away at my peace of mind? Recognizing and addressing this feeling helps you build an environment that nourishes your progress and keeps you moving forward. The fourth sign of a potentially harmful person is their lack of responsibility. This often shows up in small ways at first. Maybe they're quick to blame others for minor mistakes, or they dodge accountability when things don't go as planned. Over time, though, this behavior reveals itself as a pattern. This person avoids responsibility at every turn, placing the blame anywhere but on themselves. In personal development, taking responsibility is a cornerstone of growth. Success isn't just about getting things right. It's about learning from our mistakes, owning up to our actions, and using those lessons to improve. A person who lacks responsibility isn't interested in growth or self-improvement. They're interested in protecting their image, even if it means pointing fingers and shifting blame. Being around someone who refuses to take accountability can be incredibly draining. They often manipulate situations so that others bear the brunt of their mistakes, leaving you feeling frustrated or even guilty for problems you didn't cause. Over time, This behavior can wear down your confidence and motivation, especially if they convince you that you're at fault for things outside of your control. This lack of responsibility can also negatively impact your journey to success. Success demands self-reflection and the willingness to adapt and grow. People who blame others for their problems avoid the very process that leads to real change, often remaining stagnant or repeating the same mistakes. If they're in your inner circle, this mindset can influence you too, subtly encouraging excuses instead of self-improvement. The Stoics emphasize the importance of responsibility, especially over our own lives and choices. They believe that blaming others takes away our power, because it distracts us from focusing on what we can control: our own actions, reactions, and decisions. When someone close to you refuses to accept responsibility, it's a reminder to maintain your commitment to growth and accountability. Setting boundaries with people like this allows you to protect your own journey from the weight of their unresolved issues. Ask yourself, do the people in my life accept responsibility for their actions, or are they quick to blame others? Choose to surround yourself with people who take ownership of their lives, because they'll inspire you to do the same. Remember, success is built on accountability, and letting go of those who refuse to take responsibility is often essential to moving forward. The fifth sign of a potentially harmful person is a habit of lying. This can range from little white lies to major deceptions, but over time it becomes clear. Honesty isn't something they value. People who lie frequently often justify it, seeing their lies as harmless or even necessary, but in reality, their dishonesty erodes trust, damages relationships, and ultimately affects your sense of security and peace of mind. In personal development, trust is foundational. Success and growth depend on surrounding yourself with people you can rely on, people who communicate openly and authentically. When someone has a habit of lying, it creates a fog of doubt and confusion, leaving you questioning what's real and what's just another one of their stories. Even small, seemingly insignificant lies chip away at trust, making it difficult to feel fully secure around them. Beyond the personal impact, being around habitual liars can actually hold you back from achieving your goals. A successful life is built on clear, honest communication and genuine connections. People who lie regularly often pull others into their web of deceit, whether it's through covering for them, getting involved in their stories, or doubting your own perspective. Over time, this environment of deception can make it hard for you to focus on your own goals, clouding your vision and draining your mental energy. Habitual liars also tend to avoid accountability. They tell lies to escape consequences, creating an endless cycle where nothing changes and no one learns. In Stoic philosophy, honesty is an essential trait because it aligns our actions with our values, giving us inner peace and clarity. When you're around someone who lies constantly, you're forced to navigate a world of half-truths and distortions. This ultimately distracts you from the honest self-reflection and growth needed to reach your potential. If you notice someone in your life has a habit of lying, it's important to set boundaries. Surrounding yourself with people who value truth encourages authenticity and keeps you aligned with your goals. Remember, your personal development relies on clarity, trust, and honest relationships. Ask yourself, are the people in my life encouraging my growth through genuine interactions, or are they creating a cloud of confusion with their lies? Building a life of success and fulfillment requires a foundation of honesty and integrity. By recognizing and distancing yourself from habitual liars, you're choosing an environment that supports your personal growth and clear-sighted pursuit of your goals. The sixth sign of a potentially harmful person is an absence of remorse. This characteristic manifests when someone does something hurtful or damaging and shows little to no guilt or regret afterward. Instead of acknowledging the impact of their actions on others, they often deflect responsibility or rationalize their behavior, leaving those affected feeling invalidated and hurt. In the realm of personal development, self-awareness and emotional intelligence are critical components of growth. Recognizing when we've hurt someone and taking responsibility for it is a sign of maturity and integrity. A person who lacks remorse, however, often lives in a bubble of self-interest. incapable of seeing beyond their immediate desires or actions. This absence of empathy not only harms those around them, but also stunts their own growth. When you're around someone who doesn't feel remorse, it can create a toxic environment. They may not acknowledge how their behavior affects you or others, which can lead to feelings of confusion and frustration. This disregard for others' feelings often escalates into a cycle of hurtful behavior, as the person continues to act without considering the consequences. Over time, this can erode your self-esteem, making you question your own worth and the validity of your feelings. In the journey toward success, emotional intelligence is a key driver. Successful individuals cultivate relationships built on mutual respect and accountability. They understand the importance of learning from their mistakes and making amends. In contrast, someone who exhibits an absence of remorse is unlikely to engage in this reflective process. They remain stagnant, unable to grow or improve because they refuse to confront the impact of their actions. From a Stoic perspective, the absence of remorse represents a lack of virtue. The Stoics believed that true strength lies in the ability to recognize our faults, learn from them, and strive to do better. When you encounter someone who lacks this essential quality, it serves as a reminder of the importance of self-reflection and integrity in your own life. Surrounding yourself with individuals who acknowledge their mistakes and are willing to make amends fosters an environment that promotes your growth and success. Ask yourself, do the people in my life take responsibility for their actions, or do they brush off their impact on others? Seek out those who demonstrate humility and accountability, as they will inspire you to cultivate the same virtues. Remember, building a successful life involves not only personal achievement, but also the capacity to connect authentically with others and learn from our shared experiences. The seventh sign of a potentially harmful person is cruelty. Unlike subtle forms of negativity, cruel individuals often express their harmful tendencies openly, whether through aggressive behavior, hurtful words, or other damaging actions. They seem to derive satisfaction from causing pain or discomfort to others, leaving a trail of emotional devastation in their wake. This isn't merely a momentary lapse, it's a pattern that reveals their true character. Cruelty can manifest in many forms: bullying, sarcasm, belittling remarks, or even physical aggression. This behavior isn't just a reflection of a person's mood, it often stems from deep-seated issues within themselves, such as insecurity or a desire for control. For those on the receiving end, the impact can be profound. It chips away at self-esteem, fosters a climate of fear, and creates an environment where individuals feel they must walk on eggshells to avoid triggering the cruelty of others. In personal development, fostering a supportive and nurturing environment is essential. Growth thrives in spaces where individuals feel safe to express themselves, make mistakes, and learn. When you're surrounded by cruelty, that safety is stripped away. Instead of promoting growth, a cruel individual's behavior can cause you to retreat, question your worth, and even suppress your potential. This not only stunts your own development, but can also create toxic dynamics that ripple through your relationships. Moreover, success often requires collaboration, encouragement, and open communication. Cruelty stifles these essential elements. It cultivates an atmosphere of mistrust and defensiveness, where people are less likely to take risks or share their ideas. In such an environment, innovation and creativity suffer, limiting not just personal growth but collective progress as well. From a Stoic perspective, cruelty is antithetical to virtue and reason. Stoics advocate for kindness and understanding, emphasizing that our responses to others reflect our character. When faced with cruelty, it's vital to remember that you are not defined by someone else's harsh treatment. Instead, cultivate resilience and empathy within yourself. Refuse to allow their cruelty to dictate your self-worth or deter your path to success. When you encounter someone who exhibits cruelty, it's crucial to set firm boundaries. Protecting your emotional well-being is paramount. Surround yourself with individuals who uplift and support you, as they will foster a positive environment conducive to your growth. Ask yourself, am I allowing cruelty to affect my journey, or am I choosing to rise above it? Success is built on a foundation of respect, compassion, and collaboration. By distancing yourself from cruelty and embracing kindness, you empower yourself to flourish in all areas of life. The eighth sign of a potentially harmful person is receiving warnings about their character from your friends and family. When those closest to you express concerns about someone's behavior or intentions, it's crucial to take these warnings seriously. These individuals often have a clearer, unbiased perspective that allows them to see red flags that you might overlook, especially when you're emotionally invested in a relationship. Friends and family know you well. They understand your values, your aspirations, and the kind of people who truly uplift you. When they raise concerns about someone, it's typically because they've observed behaviors or attitudes that signal danger. They may notice patterns of manipulation, insensitivity, or even outright cruelty that you might dismiss as misunderstandings or quirks. Their warnings are rooted in love and concern for your well-being, and ignoring them can lead you down a path that hinders your personal growth. In personal development, it's essential to surround yourself with people who genuinely care for your progress and success. Those who warn you about a toxic influence are doing so to protect your interests. They want to see you thrive, and that often means pointing out relationships that could hold you back. When you ignore these warnings, you risk isolating yourself and becoming entrenched in a situation that can derail your journey toward success. Moreover, dismissing your loved one's concerns can create a rift in those relationships. It can lead to frustration and disappointment when they feel their instincts are not being validated. A strong support system is vital for personal development, and fostering those connections means valuing their input and perspectives, even when it's uncomfortable to hear. From a Stoic perspective, the wisdom of those around you can serve as a guiding light. Stoics believed in the importance of community and the shared wisdom that comes from collective experience. When friends and family express their worries, consider it an opportunity for self-reflection. Are you allowing emotions to cloud your judgment? Or are you being open to the insights that could enhance your understanding of the situation? When you find yourself receiving warnings about someone's character, take a step back. Evaluate the evidence and reflect on how this person fits into your life and goals. Ask yourself, am I valuing my loved one's opinions, or am I allowing my attachment to cloud my judgment? Protecting yourself from harmful influences is not just about avoiding negativity. It's about creating the space for positivity and growth to flourish. Ultimately, surrounding yourself with people who encourage your success and well-being is crucial. Heed the warnings from those who care about you. They are often the most valuable insights on your path to personal development and fulfillment. The ninth sign of a potentially harmful person is contempt. This toxic behavior can manifest as an insidious form of emotional manipulation, where the individual consistently makes you feel inferior through criticism, ridicule, or disdain. Contemptuous individuals often employ sarcasm, dismissive gestures, or condescending language to undermine your confidence and self-worth, leaving you feeling belittled and disrespected. One of the most damaging aspects of contempt is that it creates a power imbalance in the relationship. The contemptuous person positions themselves as superior, eroding your sense of agency and autonomy. They may criticize your decisions, abilities, or even your aspirations, often framing their comments as helpful or honest feedback. However, beneath this guise lies a clear intention to assert dominance and control, undermining your confidence and creating an environment of fear and self-doubt. In the realm of personal development, cultivating a healthy self-image and strong self-esteem is essential for growth and success. When someone constantly belittles you, it can stifle your potential, making you second-guess your abilities and aspirations. You may find yourself hesitating to pursue opportunities or share your ideas, fearing ridicule or harsh judgment. This emotional manipulation not only hinders your progress, but can also leave you feeling isolated and unsupported. Moreover, contempt can permeate your relationships, creating a toxic cycle where you begin to internalize the negative messages being communicated. Instead of fostering collaboration and mutual respect, contempt breeds mistrust and resentment. It can lead to an emotional withdrawal, where you might distance yourself from the contemptuous individual, but also from others who could support your growth. In conclusion, recognizing the signs of potentially harmful individuals in our lives is essential for fostering personal development and achieving success. From the pleasure in others' pain to the absence of remorse, each of these signs serves as a critical reminder of the qualities we must be wary of. These behaviors, such as cruelty, contempt, and habitual lying, not only affect our emotional well-being, but also undermine our journey toward growth and fulfillment. Listening to the warnings from friends and family, understanding the impact of emotional manipulation, and valuing our own instincts can empower us to make choices that promote a healthier and more supportive environment. Remember, your personal development is a reflection of the relationships you cultivate. Surround yourself with individuals who encourage you to grow, challenge you positively, and uphold the principles of integrity and kindness. As we navigate the complexities of life and relationships, let us commit to being vigilant about the influences we allow into our lives. By recognizing these signs and taking proactive steps to distance ourselves from negativity, we create the space necessary for success and self-actualization. Embrace your worth, trust your instincts, and seek out connections that uplift and inspire you. You have the power to choose who you allow into your life, and by making intentional choices, you can foster an environment that not only nurtures your growth, but also propels you toward your goals. Remember, the journey to success is not just about achieving milestones. It's about surrounding yourself with the right people who will walk alongside you, uplift you, and help you become the best version of yourself. So take heed of these signs, prioritize your well-being, and step boldly into a future filled with possibilities.